Episode 50, Black Tarot by Nyasha Williams, deck story and card reading. Black Tarot by Nyasha Williams, deck story and card reading. Episode 50. You're listening to UniquilibriuM, presented by Hakeem Alibokis Alexander on Spreaker, Social Podcasting, and Wisdom, Social Audio Inc., presented for World Reading Club in association with UniquilibriuM. This edition's focus is on Black Tarot, an ancestral awakening deck and guidebook by Nyasha Williams. A deck story and card reading. For my ancestors and spirit guides who are continuously paving the way. Here is the deck story. I have been interested in tarot, astrology, and magic from the moment I was able to read chapter books. Harry Potter, Ella Enchanted, and Artemis Fowl were my favorites on my bookshelf. I have always dreamed of being a mermaid, so it's no surprise that water is my element. I like to believe that my ancestors who were ripped from their homeland and shackled as cargo to a boat, who didn't make it ashore, transformed in their final breath to merfolk, gaining the power of the very element that swallowed them whole. My spirituality has developed and evolved through unlearning and learning, decolonizing my mind and spirituality. I have been learning to embrace traditional spiritual practices that were taken from BIPOC communities, tribes, and groups. Many of our long-established spiritual practices have been demonized through colonization, the media, Hollywood, white supremacy, and under the guise of Christianity. We have significant work to do as a world to untrain ourselves, our minds, actions, and habits from the lies and propaganda we have been fed for generations by those who currently hold power at the top. When I started with tarot, I believed that my answers came from my subconscious or my shadow self. Now that I have connected and aligned with my ancestors and spirit guides, I know that any reading I am doing, be it for myself or others, comprises a message, guidance, and wisdom coming directly from them. Your ancestors and spirit guides are always ready and willing to lead and protect you. You only have to ask. When I first began tarot, understanding and reading the cards took time. In wanting to strengthen and enhance communication between my guides and me, creating my own deck with imagery that resonated with me seemed like a logical choice. Although I am passionate about divination, there were moments before my work on this deck was complete when I wasn't sure if I was the right person for the job. I felt as though I needed to know and understand more. Thankfully, many of my angels here on earth, my husband especially, encouraged me to carry on with this creative endeavor. Self-doubt ultimately stems from being a beginner. Both learning and healing take time, and our journeys are not always linear. Tarot is a visual representation of the many cycles of our lifetimes, trials, tribulations, and lessons. I hope that the cards bring you clarity and provide you answers. But if you still feel lost or in need of wisdom, slow down. There are answers all around you once you learn to take your time and pay attention. I wish you all the love and peace on your spiritual journey. May you continue to stay grounded. Nyasha Williams. Understanding Tarot. Getting started. There are times when we want a sign, answer, or message from the divine in a format that is clear to read. This is where divination comes in. Divination is the use of various tools through ritual to connect with superior beings. It is a skill that takes practice, and it is recommended to find the type that works for you. Types of divination include tarot, automatic writing, runes, tea leaf reading, pendulum, osteomancy, bone reading, lithomancy, stone reading, scrying, numerology. Tarot is a way of interacting with and communicating with the universe. We all have access to the divine and to spirit guides who want to connect with us, provide wisdom, and advise us. They are always listening, but can only engage and help us if we reach out. So, call on the divine and your spirit guides. Tell them of your challenges, desires, and hopes, and make sure to ask for their assistance, intervention, or help. The guides send signs to let us know their presence. Signs can present in the form of feathers, numbers, seeing the same numbers regularly, clouds, scents, pleasant scents whose sorts you cannot identify, music, being called to the same song or hearing the same song repeatedly, rainbows, temperature changes, feeling cooler or warmer but not in an unpleasant way, voices, a positive parental voice in your mind, advertisements such as billboards, a quote, word, or phrase, light, sparks, a flash of light, shimmering without a source, dreams, which act as windows to the soul and mind. When dreaming, you are more receptive to receiving divine messages. Babies and pets, they are of pure intent and are often able to see more than meets basic sight. Physical sensations, a light touch on your hand or arm, tingling on your crown. Animals, through unexpected interactions, as each animal has a specific message or meaning. What to ask. Anything and everything. Any question or thought that weighs on your heart is a matter for your guides. I call on them about business decisions, conflicts in relationships, next steps to take, even whether a purchase or investment is a good idea. I have friends who call for advice when they are conflicted about an in-the-moment decision. The guides always deliver. Being spiritual beings, they can see so much more than we can understand or conceive. It is in our best interest to connect and build a relationship with them, to honor and show appreciation of their guidance, and to call upon them in our hours of need. When to pull and how. Practice makes perfect. A card a day is a great start. Pull when you have a question or decision weighing on you. When I indulge in divination, I assure myself I am in a space with no distractions. With phone silenced, I open the window and use a cleansing tool, such as tobacco or spiritual waters, to clear energy in the space, allowing for clear messages and an overall better reading. Before engaging with any divination tool, I state my intent out loud. Ancestors known and unknown, and spirit guides, I call upon you for your guidance and wisdom. I continue to call on them while I start preparing, shuffling, and holding the deck, thinking of the question I wish to have answered. There's a further section on here that talks about symbolism in the deck, and then goes into with different suits. Black Tarot deck and guidebook. Symbolism in the deck. Water. The cure for anything is water. Sweat, tears, or the sea. 71% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, and the human body is made up of approximately 60% water. Water carries and gives life. Nothing can exist without water. Its healing properties have been acknowledged by BIPOCs in their traditional practices and ways of life long before science could prove water's restorative properties. Water is often an essential part of spiritual enlightenment, and it is believed that water can hold memories created by sound, light, and human intention. Growing up, I was involved in many water-related sports, including synchronized swimming and diving. As an empath, I feel most at home in the water. It helps me release any negative energy I absorb or pick up, allowing me to reconnect, purify, and restore myself. Water is resilient, deep, and expansive. It ebbs and flows. My goal with this deck is to ensure that the traits of water are fully incorporated, so the major arcana will have water featured in the card imagery. Moon. The moon has the power to move the tides, and that power extends to us, if only we tap into its energy. The moon embodies mighty feminine energy. It symbolizes birth, death, rebirth, renewal, wisdom, intuition, and spirituality. The light of the moon is a reflection of the sun's light. Initially, I grew my understanding of the moon by following its cycles and reading about each unique lunar phase as it came to pass every month. I began exploring rituals for the full and new moon cycles, as well as the benefits and uses of moon water. Moon water is water left outside under the moon, generally during a specific lunar phase, to be charged with the power of the moon. The moon offers a time of effective and strong intention setting, and its energy will boost the power of each intention. Moon phases. New moon. During this phase, the moon is positioned between the earth and the sun. It cannot be seen from earth. The new moon phase signifies new beginnings. The lack of light embodies the energy of a seed being planted, highlighting the possibility of something novel. Rituals for the new moon. Set goals and intentions. Start new projects and develop fresh ideas. Manifest. Relay your desires and goals to the universe. Cleanse your mental and physical space. Waxing crescent moon. During this phase, the moon has increased in size, but is not half full yet. There is growth and the hope of more to come. The waxing crescent moon phase is a time of action and positivity. Set your intentions. First quarter moon. This phase, also known as the half moon, is a time of focus, determination, strength, decision-making, and commitment to action. During the half moon, focus on creating passions and put your energy toward completing tasks and goals. Waxing gibbous moon. During this phase, the moon is more than half full. The waxing gibbous moon phase signifies refinement. It is when you should work to refine and cultivate ideas and plans. It is a time for achievement and gain. Full moon. During this phase, the sun, moon, and earth are all aligned, similar to their positions during the new moon, but the moon is fully illumined, being on the opposite side of the earth from the sun. The full moon represents release and the sealing of intention. The plan is now in full bloom, indicating completion, transformation, fertility, and abundance. The full moon phase is ideal for letting go of anything that no longer serves you, including, but not limited to, jobs, relationships, thoughts, and feelings. Full moon energy can be intense and can come with a downside. The full moon during this phase can enhance tension increase heavy and intense thoughts, and encourage emotional behavior. Putting your thoughts and energy to paper can be a good way to relieve some of that energy. Rituals for the full moon. Take a spiritual bath. Spiritual baths are used in many cultures to cleanse the soul, clear the mind, and ultimately heal with an intention. The goal is to remove any blockages that can get in the way of your growth. Cleanse your mental and physical space. Charge spiritual tools. Meditate. Dance. Waning gibbous. During this phase, the moon's light decreases, but it is still more than half illuminated. The waning gibbous moon phase signifies gratitude. It is a time to work toward ridding yourself of bad habits, stress, and negative thinking. This moon brings about the energy of revelation, completion, and improved communication. Third quarter. During this phase, the moon appears half illuminated and half shadowed. It is the opposite of the first quarter moon. The third quarter moon phase hints at forgiveness. It is a time to pause, to contemplate, reevaluate, and reflect on the future. Take time to acknowledge accomplishments and prepare for new beginnings. Waning crescent. During this phase, the moon's illumination continues to shrink. The waning crescent, in particular, signifies surrender. It indicates that the moon's cycle is coming to an end. It is best to detach from yourself and the world, to take time for rest. Ready yourself for a new beginning. Certain special phases of the moon, such as the supermoon, the blue moon, and the blood moon, come with unique gifts and possibilities. I highly recommend using the moon's energy and influence to help set intentions and clear negativity. Suits. Traditional tarot decks are made up of 78 cards, 22 major arcana cards indicating major shifts or key themes, and 56 minor arcana cards indicating temporary or minor illuminations that are divided into 4 suits. The deck contains 156 meanings if you choose to include reverse meanings. The cards are based on 78 archetypes, themes, images, and characters that appear in folklore, myths, spirituality, religion, and stories across time throughout the world. The traditional suits in tarot decks are wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. Each suit is composed of 4 court cards, pages, knights, queens, and kings, and 10 number cards. Every suit is linked to an element: air, water, fire, or earth. In Black Tarot, the suits are wands, baskets, which are cups, knives, which are swords, and coins, which are pentacles. Members of the family represent the 4 court cards of each suit: sons, pages, daughters, knights, mothers, queens, and fathers, kings. Wands. Themes: goals, creativity, tasks, and inspiration. Astrological signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Element: fire. Traits: social, public, and creative realms, where ideas are turned into action. Roles in family, community, society. Enthusiastic, energetic, creative. Baskets. Themes: celebration, emotions or feelings, relationships. Astrological signs: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Element: water. Traits: emotional and spiritual, love and healing. Illuminate issues with creativity and understand sources of creativity. Knives. Themes: observation, truth, and reason. Astrological signs: Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Element, air. Traits, action, rationality, clarity, objectivity, thoughts, ideas, beliefs, balance between intellect and power in intellectual pursuits. Coins, themes, home life, material items and careers, astrological signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Element, earth. Traits, wealth, security, protection, raw materials, money, resources, property, home, nature, commerce, the workplace. The numbers. Each number in the suit holds meaning. 1. Beginnings, power, unity, creation. 2. Balance, duality, partnership, choice. 3. Creativity, outcomes, self-expression. 4. Structure, foundations, hard work, material achievement. 5. Freedom, change, challenge, uncertainty. 6. Harmony, love, integration, relationships. 7. Tests, metaphysics, contemplation, spirituality, withdrawal. 8. Abundance, prosperity, authority, navigation, manifestation. 9. Conclusions, completion, achievement, compassion. 10. Beginnings and endings, infinity, eternity, cycles. Alignment in yin, so alignment in yang, in yin, aligning. For every card I have included the traits of the sign in yang, order, and in yin, chaos. I have also included guidance for aligning, how to get the energy represented by the card back into balance. Yang, the known, order, masculinity, day, authoritarianism, fascism. Yin, the unknown, chaos, femininity, night, decadence, nihilism. Affirmations. Each major arcana card has an affirmation you can use to empower and embody the positive aspects of the card. The word affirmation comes from the Latin word affirmare, meaning to make steady, confirm, and strengthen. Affirmations strengthen us, allowing us to build healthy minds. Affirmations are a powerful way to reset and reformulate your thoughts, and the more regularly you call on them, the stronger they become. What we think, we become. Our actions and reactions are often shaped by the daily experiences, conversations, and gossip that plant themselves like seeds in our subconscious. Living consciously requires reflection and taking the time to question our thoughts and impulses, whereas living unconsciously can create harm to ourselves with kindness and to pause before we act. So in this now here I'm going to proceed with the card reading. So that was the first part that I went through. I included a lot of other things there, but it was the part that was called the deck story. And now we go into the spreads. The card reading that I'm going to do here is from a 5-card spread. And the 5-card spread has various different permutations. I'm going to simply use the one on situation because it's generalized. There's different ones here. There's you have physical needs, situation, career, have I been cursed or hexed, problem in relationship, something you overthink about, life path, or your ability to receive, attract, or build money. But I'm going to go to situation because anybody that may be listening may have any one of those different areas, career, relationship, or life path, money, overthinking, different things like that, physical needs. And so by focusing on situation, we can look at the 5 different ways that it plays out. So situation is the first one, right? Then it goes to what is serving you, physical, what is not serving you, what obstacles are in your way and outcome. This is similar to the previous reading I did with the Demon Tarot, and that's why I'm using this one that starts with situation with card 1. So I'm going to focus on a situation or an idea, and you can also send any kind of energy or think about something that you have a query or question about as I do this. Of course, this will be heavily influenced by my current situation at home, but this reading can be insightful, especially from this very beautiful deck that I'm using here in the Black Tower. It's actually that and the Demon Tower are my favorite decks. I think that they are just amazing and how simple they are to use. This one is more like a traditional tarot, except with the changes in it being more about focused on BIPOC, which is Black and Indigenous peoples of color. And as I shuffle this here, I'm going to focus my attention a little bit here, and then get to the reading with the 5-card spread, 5-card tarot spread. And there are different permutations of that. And I'm just going to go here and think about my situation for a moment as I continue to shuffle these. You're listening to episode 50 on Spreaker, Black Tarot by Nyasha Williams, deck story and card reading. We're about to get into the card reading portion. It's presented here on Spreaker, social podcasting, and Wisdom, social audio, Inc. I just have pretty much one word, because it's a name that I'm focusing on, that I did for both the Demon Tower before and now this, and which I'll also follow up with when I do the reading with the runes, doing Runamo from the Book of Runes by Ralph H. Boone. Another tome that I've been using for 20 or so years. This Black Tarot I just acquired, I think it was late last year in 2022, or maybe early sometime this year. No, actually, yeah, it was early sometime this year, I think in January or somewhere about that, or it was in December. One of those two, I'm not exactly sure. Probably could look up and find out, but it's also just been very insightful as well. I'm still getting used to it because it's more like traditional tarot, which I've never used. The Demon Tarot is the one that has been most favorable to me because it's simple and doesn't use arcana and different things like that and numbers. But here we go. I'm going to start with this 5-card spread and do the reading here. One, two, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, remember I'm going to go through, 1 is going to be situation, 2 is what is serving you, 3 is what is not serving you, 4 is what obstacles are in your way, and 5 is the outcome. So, turning them over one at a time here. I put them face down first. I like to do that, even though it's not specifically instructed. I just like to turn them face down first and then turn them over. The Demon Tarot recommends turning them all face up at first and then turning over the 6th one in that 6-card spread. Alright, so what I could have done was done a single card pull as I did with the Demon Tower and then do this. But what I'll do is I'll do a single card at the end of it after a shuffle and see how that works out. Kind of like a cap on them. Alright, so what we have here is the 5-card spread and from Black Tarot by Nyasha Williams. I've already done the deck story, and now here's the card reading. Alright, so let's take a look here. The first one is the 2 of Coins, which is the situation. Let's find the 2 of Coins here and see what this plays out with for us. The 2 of Coins. 2 of Coins. Alright. 2 of Coins. And remember, in the 5-card spread, this represents a situation, so an overall overview of the situation. An overview of the situation is what is shown in the first rune pull from the Book of Runes by Ralph's Poon. So I'm correlating those two and how I'm using it as well. So the first card here in the situation, overview of the situation, is the 2 of Coins. The traits are prioritization and adaptability. Card description. A young man juggles 2 cowrie shells on a sports field. The shells here represent roles and responsibilities. The man is practicing finding his balance while holding focus in more than one area. Find balance in work, rest, relationships, exercise, and leisure. Work on creating a flow and implementing systems that will allow you to multitask with ease. The 2 of Coins encourages you to handle the unexpected with a sense of calm. Roll with the punches and don't take them personally. Be adaptable to life's challenges. While the man doesn't shy away from hard work, he knows his capacity and stays within it. You will overcome anything that comes your way if you manage your energy, time, and wealth. In Yang, collaboration and partnerships, adaptation, multitasking, prioritization, being in sync and in balance. In Yin, carrying a weight that is not yours to carry, feeling financially stretched, biting off more than you can chew. Aligning, turn off your notifications and truly clock out outside of work hours. All right, that was the overview of the situation. Next card is what is serving you? What is serving you? And what is serving you is represented by the 5 of Coins. The 5 of Coins. 5 of Coins. Traits. This says what is serving you. This might be confusing. It's a little confusing to me, but we'll see what it talks about. 5 of Coins. What is serving you? Let's see how it turns out. Poverty mindset. Financial loss. Card description. A man wearing summer clothes walks outside in a winter storm. His current state is not adding up with his environment, leading to this rough patch. He is operating in survival mode, which comes with feeling disadvantaged and an overwhelming sense of lack. You don't have to be financially struggling to experience poverty or scarcity consciousness. The 5 of Coins asks you what you can do to change the situation. The cowrie shells are the sign that there is a way to overcome your current hard times. Sometimes that requires asking for help. Walk away from areas, people, and things that do not support you in self-improvement, healing, and growth. Do not accept suffering, pain, and fear. Work to detach yourself from the struggle. Okay, so that's an indication right there of what is working for you, is work to detach yourself from the struggle. In Yang, light at the end of the tunnel, renewed faith and recovery, overcoming adversity with good fortune. In Yin, poverty and exclusion as a trade-off for spiritual gain, recession, misfortune, need, homelessness, unemployment. Aligning. So this is really the crux of it all. This is really what you should look at, is what is working for you, as the divination of the 5-card spread is telling us here. If there's nothing else that you get from the 5-card spread, just as in the Demon Tarot, the final one here could be considered the divination, this alignment. So this is what is serving you. What is serving you? That's the question, right? Take care of something that needs more nurturing or that you have been neglecting. So that's what will serve you, is take care of something that needs more nurturing or that you have been neglecting. So think about that. Take care of something that needs more nurturing or that you have been neglecting. The third card here is what is not serving you. What is not serving you. And it is represented by the 5 of Knives. The 5 of Knives. So this is what is not serving you. 5 of Knives. Traits. Winning at all costs. Conflict. Card description. 2 individuals battle as a third watches from his throne. In this fight, there are no winners. Not even the person on the throne has gained. Onlookers watch in fear, enjoyment, and sorrow. The 5 of Knives warns you not to get so lost in battle that you forget what you are fighting for. The chaos stems from a lack of communication. The 5 of Knives asks you to pick your battles. Many battles are rooted in inequitable systems and lives of scarcity created by those who benefit from us fighting amongst ourselves. Any pain that the individuals inflict on each other is rhythmically mirrored. Stop acting in your own self-interest. Make a different choice and drop your swords. Expand your sense of self. See the larger view of who you are. Our self is our neighbor. Our self is the world. Our self is the universe. So there's a key, what is not serving you. Stop fighting amongst ourselves, right? In Yang, conflict resolution, making amends, confrontation of evil and exposure of treachery, virtuous wrath. In Yin, not playing nice, hinting at a loss, troublemakers, liars, haters, frenemies. And once again, this is like the divination in another tarot deck. The aligning is, if nothing else you take from it here, what is not serving you. This may tell you what is serving you and what helps you to see what is not serving you. Aligning. Transmute your passion and high-level energy into love, compassion, and grace. Share the love. So transmute your passion and high-level energy into love, compassion, and grace. Share the love. Next is, what obstacles are in your way? What obstacles are in your way, which is represented by the 10 of coins. The 10 of coins. Card number 4. What obstacles are in your way? Traits, generational wealth, financial security. Card description. A family gathers together, cowrie shells strung above their heads. The family has everything they need, and there is more than enough to go around. The 10 of coins comes with the comfort of knowing you are held. The card represents complete earthly and material success. But the card also carries the warning of becoming stagnant and complacent. Worldly wealth is not the be-all and end-all. So that looks like an indication there of what is telling us what obstacles are in the way. The family is building its legacy and knows that real wealth extends far beyond funds. They are working to leave their descendants better off than they were during their time on earth. Take care that your resources are being used in ways that move us closer to the world you believe in. Make decisions rooted in love for yourself, for others, and for the planet. Now that you're secure on solid ground, prepare for what comes next. So I pulled out from there immediately what I saw, what obstacles might be in the way, is that complacency and stagnation, right? Because of the warning of complacency and stagnation if you feel like you've made some kind of success. In Yang, generational wealth, old money, legacies, family traditions and gatherings, plenty. In Yin, rejection of roots and heritage, challenges of wealth, shameful legacies, broken families. And once again, aligning is like the divination which might be the main thing to apply to this question of what obstacles are in your way. Because maybe you haven't been doing these things. Aligning. Write letters to everyone who's ever been important to you. Send them or give them back to the earth. Aligning. Write letters to everyone who's ever been important to you. Then send them or give them back to the earth. But of course, we don't know everybody's address maybe that have been in our life that have been important to us. So we can either send them or bury them or burn them. That's the 10 of coins for what obstacles are in your way. And finally, outcome. We have an outcome here. And the outcome of the situation, just as the 8th person has bounced through the room or on wisdom or staying to listen, the final and 5th card here is the 8 of Wands. I consider these synchronicities to be very important. 8 of Wands. Traits, alignment, movement. This is the outcome. Alignment, movement. Card description. A young woman dances across a road with balloons in hand. This card reminds us to strike while the iron is hot. Pay attention to everything that comes your way. There is a ring of divine timing to this card. Oh yes, there is. The 8 of Wands indicates that an action is gaining momentum, thanks to your discipline and dedication to sharing your gifts with the world. If you have a message to share with others, work to communicate your ideas confidently and clearly. The sky is bright and clear. You have persevered through difficulties, building a foundation that allows you to experience your best life. Harness this positive energy and excitement. In Yang, alignment with the universe, travel, protection, spiritual quest, job opportunities. In Yin, accident while traveling or while in the house, deception, being left out in the cold because of selfishness, stagnation, there's that word again from the previous card, and aligning. This is, remember, the outcome. It says, explore or visit a new city. Explore or visit a new city. And of course you can explore a new city nowadays through books or especially on the internet. So if there's some place you've been interested in traveling, start looking it up and looking at all the different things and places about it. Before I traveled and lived in China for 5 years, I explored the city of Hangzhou, which I would end up living in for the majority of the time that I was there. So that's the aligning, explore or visit a new city. And that is the 5-card spread. And once again, just as I did with the previous reading, with the preface and the card reading from the Demon Tarot, I'm going to go back and go only through, just as a summary and a recap, to see if to find a pattern there with only the aligning here, to see if something comes out as a pattern. So the first one is the situation represented by the 2 of Coins. And the 2 of Coins aligning says, turn off your notifications and truly clock out outside of work hours. Again, the situation. Turn off your notifications and truly clock out outside of work hours with the traits of prioritization and adaptability. Second is what is serving you, which is represented by the 5 of Coins. What is serving you, represented by the 5 of Coins. Take care of something that needs more nurturing or that you have been neglecting. Take care of something that needs more nurturing or that you have been neglecting, with the traits of poverty mindset and financial loss. The third card, which is what is not serving you, is represented by the 5 of Knives. By the 5 of Knives. And that is transmute your passion and high-level energy into love, compassion, and grace. Share the love. Transmute your passion and high-level energy into love, compassion, and grace. Share the love. So what has not been serving might be winning at all costs and conflict, which are the traits of this card. Winning at all costs and conflict. Number 4 is the 10 of coins, which answers the question, what obstacles are in your way? The 10 of coins, what obstacles are in your way? Aligning. Write letters to everyone who's ever been important to you, then send them or give them back to the earth. Write letters to everyone who's ever been important to you, then send them or give them back to the earth, with the traits of generational wealth and financial security. Remember, that's what obstacles are in your way, and it very well could be that generational wealth or lack of it, and financial security could be the obstacles that are in your way. And finally, the outcome is represented by the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands. This is the outcome. The 8 of Wands, which is explore or visit a new city. Explore or visit a new city. And perhaps the outcome that you'll gain from that is alignment and movement. Alignment and movement. The outcome. And as I said before, I will be pulling one final card here to complete this, to see if there's some single card pull that some information that we can get to finalize this whole thing here. And as I'm shuffling this card, I'm going to look into the book here to see what the single card spread has here. You can ask any of these questions. What do I need more or less of in my life? What spiritual lessons do I need to master right now? Where should I focus my attention currently? What is the best way for me to bring more light and joy into the world? How can I increase or find motivation to reach my goals? What will help me find inner strength? What needs to be done to attract good karma and luck into my life? What do I need to sacrifice to move forward? And how do I restore balance in my life? And finally, what will help me heal right now? So this is a single card. If nothing else was found in that 5-card spread, we can take a look at this and see if it speaks to you in any way. Alright. I'm going to pull that in just a moment. Take up these cards back together. Shuffling the Black Tarot by Nyasha Williams. And here we go. And I didn't include the ones that I had already pulled in here, just to see what other variety comes out of here. And so, as 11 have either come into and bounced through the room or staying to listen, that is also again the angel number that says to pay attention. So this might be the general thing that everyone needs to pay attention to in this single card draw here. So, and here it is. The single card draw is the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. Let's see what the 6 of Wands. It's very interesting that all of these came out as numbers today. I've actually never had that happen before, so I think that that's pretty fascinating. That might be saying something. Usually I get different arcana or other cards in here that are mixed in, but these are all numbers. And there are 3 different, they're coins. So I have 3 coins, 1 knives, and 1 wand that was in the 5-card spread. And this final one is the 6 of Wands. And the 6 of Wands here says traits, recognition, victory. And we have 11, right? So, card description. A woman sits on a horse on a carousel. She is victorious, basking in the fruits of her transformation through the cycles of life. The Six of Wands reminds us that our past does not dictate our future. Let go of any imposter syndrome that may be creating self-doubt. Share your magic with the world unapologetically. Public recognition is wonderful when earned, but it should not operate as motivation. Success is still success even if not recognized by others. The Six of Wands is about owning and harnessing what makes you unique. Yin Yang, public recognition, completion of a cycle, growth of your craft, enjoying the fruits from the transformation after struggle, reconciliation and reunion in relationships. In Yin, self-sabotage, dropping out and giving up, an accident, needing external validation. And finally, the aligning. If you've got nothing else, pay attention to this because there's still the number 11 hovering here. Record your strengths and achievements daily. Record your strengths and achievements daily. And that goes back to the traits, right? Recognition and victory. If you record your strengths and your achievements daily, you're giving yourself your own recognition. And in the recording of your achievements daily, you're recognizing the victories, and that in itself is a victory. You've been listening to UniquilibriuM, presented by Hakeem Alibokis Alexander on Spreaker, Social Podcasting, and Wisdom, Social Audio Inc., presented for World Reading Club in association with UniquilibriuM. This edition's reading focus has come to us from Black Tarot by Nyasha Williams, an ancestral awakening deck and guidebook, presented here as Black Tarot by Nyasha Williams, a deck story and card reading. The next one, coming up next, episode 51, will be a Runimal from the Book of Runes by Ralph H. Bloom, which for me, along with the Demon Tarot, have been some of the most powerful divination tools that I've used, along with numerology, of course. So I may come through and do some numerology and see how that also lines up with the full moon that we're having here today on Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May.